Welcome back to Conquest of the Longbow. You'll have to pardon any sniffling you may hear. My nose has been running for like all morning, and I don't know why. Allergies, I suppose. When I let it down, the covering provides me with privacy and keeps out the cold. It's better left open. A bit of air will do this cave good. I feel much the same as I did yesterday. By the Virgin, I've never seen you breathless before. Is there a wolf at your heels? Lord, sorry to tell you. Catch your breath, or I may never learn what you have to tell. The Arbit's treasure train has been sighted. The signal's been passed from our northernmost scouts. Will remains on watch at the Overlook. Good, then we have time to plan. To hoot! The men are on alert. They'll be here as quickly as they can manage. Aye, I hear Little John coming already. A scout has reported that the Baron's treasure chain is entered Sherwood upon the north. Baron Lefebvre rides in the fore. The treasure is carried upon 3 mules in line behind him. Upon each side of the mules he has 20 heavily armed men, of which 10 are crossbowmen, 10 carry shields and spears. So we face 20 well-armed men in all, plus the Baron. What do we know of this Baron? If he is in the service of Prince John, he must be a man of dubious honor, but no less dangerous. If he rides in the fore, he is no coward. Shall we present our strategies? Aye, let me hear them all. Let us concentrate all our fire from the Overlook, where we are best protected. We'll strike without warning and simply keep firing relentlessly until they are scattered or surrender. This battle will cost us men no matter what tactic we choose. We should demand a surrender first, in case this Baron is more sense than courage. But set us upon them from all sides if they refuse. There's no glory in an ambush. I could even make a simple song out of it. We should show our strength from the Overlook. With the blare of horns and beating of drums, singing the praises of Richard Lionheart. If they fail to surrender on the spot, then we open fire and let fall a deadly rain of arrows. Against such trained soldiers we have but one advantage: surprise. It must be a sudden ambush, and we must fall upon them equally from both the Overlook and the side of the road. I'm afraid to click. Let's round up some wild boars and drive them into the road. The horses and mules will panic and the boars will gore some of the soldiers, then we can move in and take over. Well, the walkthrough says, surprise ambush from 2 sides. Jesus. Seize the treasure. Caught from both sides by surprise, the Baron and his men are quickly vanquished. Only 2 of the soldiers chose to surrender. We stripped them of armor and weapons and set them free. Truly, this has been a proud day in history of the outlaws of Sherwood Forest. Hot damn, look at that score. Ransom. We spent the rest of the day helping Tuck count the money. 50,000 marks in gold and silver we had taken. This will surely buy the king's freedom. No, you need another, 34,700. and to Robin Hood, and to the king, and to the suffering of Prince John and all whipped dogs who lick his boots. A finer day's work we've never done. When the Queen's Knight arrives, we'll have a magnificent gift for his sovereign lady. Watch the road well, we dare not miss him. Don't you freeze on me. Okie dokie. It's good you're up. Will sent me with a warning. The sheriff has loosed his mongrels to plague us again. We'll urge you not to go abroad until they've gone their way. Yet I must, for the Queen's Knight will ride up along Watling Street, and I must not miss him. Aye, that's what I told Will you'd say. But go carefully, master. We'll have little chance if they catch you alone in the forest. I'm heading south. Will said to leave the overlook to you. Thank you, John. May the Virgin Lady protect you. Aye, and you. Okay, we head to the oak. We wait. That threshing in the forest, is it? Ah, it's the sheriff's men again. D. U. R. I. That's not the right thing, is it? Let's try that again. D. That's an O. D. U. I. R. That's a Q. R. Patch fleshling, yada yada yada. Tell the Grey Man I thank you for his blessing. It will be done. Alright, off we go. It's good I have such trusted men. The sheriff's men, they found the Queen's Knight and hold him for me upon Watling Street. I'll join them at once. So the leading of this rabble, what's the meaning of this? Sire, I beg you to forgive my men if they angered you. They only did as I bade them. Did you not come to Sherwood seeking me? You'll learn nothing from me as long as I'm surrounded by outlaws. My men are completely trustworthy. You've nothing to fear from them. I order you to send them away. Very well. Man, you'd best leave. I don't like it, Robin, not one bit. Neither do I. Then go because I ask it of you. Bah. Queen's Knight or no Queen's Knight, he could use a lesson in manners. Well, explain yourself or step aside. I've no time to waste on a common outlaw. I'll not step aside until I learn what I need to know. And you best be quick about it, or my sword will teach you to move. C. R. O. W. N. What were you doing with your hand? Heard you didn't watch me closely enough the first time. Shall I do it again? If you have to do with me, get on with it. Do you serve the Queen? What's that to you, outlaw? If you wish to leave the forest alive, you'll answer me. You dare to threaten me? I wish only to serve the Queen by promising the treasure as delivered to her messenger. You should have said so at once. Turn over everything to me. Well, when I'm sure you're the man I want, I'll gladly do so. Get on with it, and be sure to report your insolence to my sovereign. By every instinct, I have told me this man was no Queen's knight, but now I must prove that I was right. He carried this letter sealed with the imprint of the Prior's ring. The letter reads, I've advised the Prince that we have succeeded in our mission. The cub is taken, the lion is caged. It's signed by the Prior of the monastery and addressed to the Sheriff of Nottingham. Well, this is troubling. I stay within range of your horn, Master. What happened here? Why did you kill the Queen's knight? He wasn't the Queen's man. He carried a written message to the Sheriff and the Prior, proof of their conspiracy with Prince John. Od's blood. What of the true Queen's knight? We must find him. It's clear proof of the Prince's treachery. You want my advice? Give it to the Queen's knight if you ever find him. I cannot read, as you know. What does it say? Prior speaks of a successful mission, a cub taken, and the lion is caged. That can only mean but one thing. The Queen's men captured, and King Richard will remain a prisoner. If we have the Queen's knight, he may well be dead. I think they wouldn't dare kill him yet. I'm sure he's held somewhere close by. Shite. Excuse me, once again... You can't think they have him hidden in Sherwood. Nay, I suspect the monastery. That was my thought. The sheriff wouldn't risk keeping such a prisoner in Nottingham. And even though I rescued folk, the monks would never dream I'd be so foolhardy as to dare to walk their walls again. There's no better place to keep him. Indeed, it is the only place that could keep him. I always forget to set my timer. Troubling news. Okay. I think we might be ending this game today, so... Can I grab that sword? I have no desire to carry a traitor's sword. It may prove as false as he. Leave this mess with me. I'll get him out of the road and see to it with the horse. Align with the horse. Then I have a skittish but well-trained horse. He's thoroughly dead. By dusk the forest was clear of the sheriff's men, for they were not brave enough to roam Sherwood at night. Nevertheless, I counted men anxiously as they returned to camp one by one. When we were safely returned or accounted for, I joined my friends by the fire. I grow weary of these sheriff's men trampling through our territory like vermin. Aye, it's an outrage. The sheriff must think this is his forest. We cannot let him hinder us. We must find the true Queen's Knight, even though he set a soldier behind every tree. We better sleep on it then. Tomorrow may be a desperate day. I keep mixing up the voices. Risky plan. Exit the cave. A farthing for your thoughts, Will. Oh, I was wondering what will happen to us if the king doesn't return. Those are unhappy thoughts, not worth a farthing. Bad enough we can't send our share of the ransom without the Queen's Knight. If we can't find and rescue him, we'll be blamed for his death, you know. Prince John will seize the crown, and he'll spare nothing to rout us out from Sherwood. I know it well. I see little that I can help you. It's up to you, Robin. Indeed it is. Thanks to the power of walkthroughs, I know exactly what to do. First thing it says to do is to go right. And go right. And go right. Right? Oh, right and left. Okay. This is just for an Easter egg, it says. I'll do it one more time. If he doesn't show up, I'm moving on. Actually, let's give it a couple more tries. Nothing. The ring that commands water slips easily onto my finger. Hello, little wisps. We are called by the ring that commands water. How may we serve you? Do you wish to cross the water? I seek a missing knight and suspect these monks of treachery. Can you help me? A prisoner is held in a tower of the monastery. Wait, we will bring you a boat. The Easter egg was Loch Ness Monster. Okay, in case I didn't mention that already. Follow us and we will guide you through the fog to the place you seek. We will go before you to lead the way. Follow us or you will be lost in the fog.
prisoner you seek is held within this tower. Our help ends here. We have no power over stone or plant. Fear not, we will keep your boat from straying. Here we go. Time for a little hand magic. G O R T. I don't know where I would have learned how to do that, but whatever. And up we go, I guess. Did you hear something, brother? I thought I did, but nay, it's just wind in the trees. Who are you? How did you climb the tower? I see no rope. I'm Robin Hood, and I climbed the ivy that grows on the tower to reach you. I have... Liar. I tried those vines myself. They were brittle and wouldn't support a squirrel, let alone a man. Yet I swear that I did climb them with the aid of druid magic. I have a boat tied below to take us out of the fens. I'll go nowhere until you have proven you're a friend. Here you go, mate. What's this? Read it, my lord. I took it from the body of the knight, whom I thought was you. His body, eh? He's one false knight who will never serve Prince John again. But this message proves. I cannot read. This message could say anything. I'll keep it all the same, but it won't cause me to trust you. Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. How about this? Good. Now I know you're the right man. Let's waste no more time. Go before me so that I might see you safely to the boat before I follow. You sure these vines will hold? I am here, am I not? Suppose if I must trust you, I might as well start now. To the boats, brother! If they reach the shore, all is lost! The two monks were no match for two strong and desperate men. Once within the dark shelter of the forest, it was easy to leave them behind. The Queen's knight was fed, clothed, and his wounds treated in our camp, but as soon as he was rested, he had sent forth with all the ransom we had to give him. This might not be enough. I might have failed. No need to accompany me further. I have loyal men waiting in Nottingham to see me the rest of the way. And Godspeed you safe to the Queen's side. I give you my heartfelt thanks, to you and all your men, for your aid and loyalty. Unless they said she started with her own 50,000, in which case we've got the money. Wish you'd gone with him. You'd be safer with the Queen. My place with you until the king returns. If he does. Surely you think this cannot be the end of the story. Nay, there is much yet to tell. What follows is a time of waiting. Waiting for the treasure to reach the Queen. Waiting for the ransom to reach King Leopold in Austria. Waiting for King Richard to be freed and return to England. My. You wait through the long and dreary months of winter for some word of your king's fate. None comes. In winter, friend and foe alike keep to shelter, and all is quiet. As the spring of 1194 renews the green the forest you go with your men to hunt and refill the larders. But alas, your luck flees. All your cunning fails you when you are taken by the sheriff's men. I think I fucked up. The sheriff declares you guilty upon the spot and has you and all your men led to the gallows as quickly as possible. That he dares such a thing without trial can only mean he is sure of Prince John's power to protect him. Despair fills your soul, to have fought so long and so well only to dance at the end of a rope. Yet as the rope tightens about your neck, you hear the drumming of hooves, blare of horns, and clashing of steel. King Richard has come to Nottingham! Word came to me, Master Sheriff, that you'd captured the great outlaw Robin Hood. But I heard nothing of a trial. Is this the way you've kept the law in my absence? But my lord, he is a terrible outlaw, guilty of every sort of crime. I saw no need. My liege, hear me. I am your true and loyal servant. I did not choose to be an outlaw, but was driven to it by corrupt and evil men. Silence, you thieving dog! Enough! I will hear him speak. My king, do you know nothing of the money we sent for your ransom? Not one penny did I or my men keep that we could send to win your freedom. I've not had word from my mother, the queen, to account for every mark, if what you say is true. My lord, you cannot take the reins of a desperate man. He'll say anything to save his neck. And it will be decided as it should have been, in the court of justice. Robin, you and those you call your men stand accused of brigandage, of stealing from the church, defying the sheriff's justice, defying the king's law, and killing the king's deer. Do you deny these crimes? My lord, is it a crime to defy those who abuse your trust and use your laws to their own ends? Is it a crime to seek justice where there is only injustice? I do not defy your laws, only the evil men who use their power for personal gain. You do not steal from the church, only from greedy men who use the church to gain riches for themselves. Those are strong words. Your life depends upon what I hear before I pass judgment. Because of his holy vows, I allowed your man, the friar Tuck, to go free, that he might gather witnesses to speak in your favor. Oops, sorry. By your leave, I shall speak first. I have served Robin Hood faithfully for many seasons. He is a man of honor, loyal to his king, just and fair. I pray thee, your majesty, to give little mind to this curtal friar. I am the abbot of St. Mary's, and I have been plagued by this rascal of an outlaw. He flouts the sanctity of the church and shows no respect of any true holy man, as this poor monk of mine can attest. It's true, my liege, he waylaid me upon Hurling Street, stripped me of my robe, and mocked my dignity. With that false friar beat me with a sword and forced me to toil at chopping wood for his gang of ruffians. A poor job he did of it, too, fattened as he is with gluttony and excess of wine and ale, and lazy from a life of unmonkly comfort. My lord king, it was to this abbot that Prince John sent a stolen treasure so that you might languish forever in a foreign prison. It was Robin Hood who swore to do everything in his power to raise ransom for your freedom, and this he did with every mark entrusted to the knight who brought it to the queen. I have received an account of exactly the amount the outlaw sent, and will weigh it in my judgment accordingly. Sire, this man is mistaken in accusing the prince of treachery. Your brother intended only to safeguard the treasure until it could be used to free you. It is only from fear of this diligent sheriff that the outlaw has sent money, undoubtedly in desperate hope of winning a pardon for his many great sins. I have not forgotten your sins so quickly, you black-hearted prior. 'Tis Robin who freed me from your torture, Robin who saved me and set me free. I knew at once he was a good man, good enough that I entrusted to him the ring that commands water. And I kept it safe, as folk asked of me. Further, I had also the ring that commands fire, which had been taken by the abbot. A curious lie! Where are my rings now? Ask yonder sheriff. 'Twas he that took everything from me when I was captured. More lies, my lord. We found nothing of value upon him. What say you, folk? I would sooner take the word of Robin Hood over these rogues. Do not forget the treasonous letter he gave to the queen tonight, that proof that the sheriff and prior conspired with Prince John against you. I know of no such letter. It must be a forgery. It bore your seal. And what of the knight himself, held prisoner in your tower? these things can all be explained. We can be sure they will, and to my complete satisfaction. But we are here to pass at this time to pass judgment upon Robin Hood. Your judgment will come soon enough. Let the common folk now speak. I'm but a poor widow. I live by the wool I spin in with the help of my 3 good sons. They were wrongfully accused of treason and all be hanged now, if not for Robin Hood and his men. I owe him the lives of my sons. Your sons consort with outlaws and deserved hanging. My sons are all I have in the world. I bless Robin Hood for his goodness. God help the woman who seeks mercy at the hands of this sheriff or his men. Robin Hood saved me from one of his scoundrels who wrongly accused me of withholding taxes and would have dragged me to the most hideous fate a woman can suffer. Robin Hood saved me from the sheriff's men. They accused me of poaching. What am I to do when I see my wife and children starving because the sheriff taxes us to the last farthing? Treated me fairly, gave me good money in exchange for my first set of rags. I must say that for an outlaw he was most just and fair to me. He gave me enough money to replace the clothes he took with the clothes of equal quality and to spare. Speak up, yeoman, let your voice be heard. I still wear the good suit of Lincoln green that I was given and wear it proudly. 'Twere thanks to the good outlaws of Sherwood Forest that I returned to me home with a goodly sum in my pocket, and won me a fair lass to wife. Lady Marian, you asked to speak last. Thank you, my lord. I have come to know Robin Hood well, and I also owe him my life.
Pay no heed to this slut, my liege. She's a witch who keeps company with brigands and— Silence!
The Lady Marian has served my queen mother for years and is of noble blood.
I'll not tolerate such accusations against her. Speak on, lady.
Robin is completely loyal to you. He is honest, fair, and true, undeserving of the fate that has driven him to live outside the law. He seeks only peace and justice. He devoted himself to raising ransom on your behalf, even as these other wicked men conspired against you. Do not listen to their lies. Robin and his men are your truest subjects. I beg you to grant them your pardon and your favor.
If there's anyone who has not yet spoken, let him come forth. Very well, the witnessing is complete. Clear the floor, and I shall pronounce judgment. Robin Hood, I find you innocent of all charges brought against you. Furthermore, I declare you a free man with no mark of outlaw against you.
Your Majesty, I thank you, but my men—
If I free the master, I must free his loyal friends. They are all granted for full pardons.
Bless you, my liege.
I am not finished. You deserve more than a mere pardon. The ransom you raised went far in securing my own freedom. Kneel, Robin Hood. And rise the Earl of Huntingdon. Furthermore, my present Sheriff Nottingham is hereby under arrest for treason. What say you to giving the job to Little John? I can think of no better man. The abbot shall take himself from my sight forever, or have a taste of the fiery stick with which he dared to harm Lady Marian. The worthy Friar Tuck shall be the new abbot of St. Mary's. Yonder prior, most evil cur, you are exiled from my kingdom and your order disbanded for all time. I shall now instruct my new sheriff to slay you on the spot if you are not gone from my shores within the week. Are you content, Huntingdon? My lord, you have done me such honors as I have never yet dreamed, yet there is one desire, the deepest of all, yet to be fulfilled. Then speak it, man, and it will be done. I ask for the Lady Marian's hand in marriage. Does my lady consent to this?
With all my heart.
Abbot Tuck, let your first job in office be the marriage of the Earl and his lady. I bless this marriage and declare thee husband and wife.
Earl and Lady Huntingdon, may you seal this pact with a kiss. And that was Conquests of the Longbow. And the best ending. Let's see, what were the other ones? Give me a second. Let's see, there are 4 endings and 4 endings. Your men are pardoned, but you must hang for your crimes. Or you and your men are pardoned, but not rewarded. Or you and your men are now loyal foresters. However, as a commoner, you cannot wed the noble Lady Marion. And lastly, you are made Duke of Huntington. Little John is made Sheriff, and Friar Tuck is Abbot, with the first task of performing your wedding to Lady Marion. So we got the best. Though we were shy a few points. That's because I wasn't using the walkthrough at first. It's just gonna go on forever. And ever. And ever. And ever. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm the Blues32. This has been Conquests of the Longbow. TTFN, ta-ta for now.